All right, welcome to Blue and Gold. This is the last issue number 8. So, to recap what happened last issue, Black Beetle actually unleashed a villain and kidnapped Jaime Reyes, who then he just let free for some reason. But he's going to try to destroy Booster Gold because he's upset Booster Gold wasted his time traveler abilities. So, let's hop in. Blue and Gold Restoration has been hard at it, folks. Our latest adventure started with a request to find a stolen painting that disappeared during World War II. Who knew it'd be the ultimate case of pulling a thread that would unravel a treasure trove of art history, engineered by this guy, the Rainbow Raider. This guy also showed up in like Booster Gold, like issue 25 or no, not 25, like 19 or something. Very random. I can't think of the exact issue, but he showed up in like the 80s run. That was I haven't seen Rainbow Raider in forever. But they found a art collection valued at around $860 million found by Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. Another triumph thanks to the fact that you care enough to fund our efforts so we can give the people what they need. And Trixie lets them know that this clip turned crazy viral. That's the good news. The bad news is you're still hurting for cash. You didn't really get any money with that. And Booster's like, with all these successful missions, how are we not getting any money? Like, what the fuck? And he just says some feats that they've done. They found Bigfoot. They found the Loch Ness Monster. We proved it was an alien serpent from a zoo ship that crashed centuries ago. When is someone going to cut us some slack? And Trixie lets them know, hey, you guys know you're live streaming, right? So Booster's like, dude, come on, Skeets, turn off the stream. I'm not streaming your conversation, Michael. In fact, I didn't know it was happening. And then Buggles interjects. Your conversation's broadcast is not a glitch. I mean, it's quite intentional. But if you think that is bad, wait until you see this. He turns on the team. He's evil. I called it earlier. Buggle is evil. He transported them to the Badlands. As your life expectancies can now be measured in minutes, the name is quite appropriate. Fun fact, if this is the Badlands of South Dakota, I've been there because I lived close to it. That's it. That was the fun fact. I don't live there anymore. But Ted Cord asks, what's the deal, Buggles? Your program prevents you from betraying us. Which we learn he's obviously been hacked because he can't help myself. Skeets starts running a diagnostic and says, I believe he's being controlled by an outside force. And so Booster just zaps him. He's not dealing with this shit. And then Skeets informs them, well, he got infected by a massive software virus by Jaime Reyes, unknowingly passed the virus through his own armor, and Ted assumes that this is the same guy who set null effects after us. And then we have some man, boom, in. I can't believe it took you guys that long to figure this out. Check it. Knowing you morons for as long as I have makes me realize that this is exactly what I should be expecting. It's me, the Black Beetle. So Black Beetle does a villain monologue while Booster says, it's been so long since we tangled with you, we should have seen this coming, dude. And they reveal they don't really know who this guy is, they just know that he's a time traveler obsessed with those two. From the future, I theorize there's an older version of Jaime. And Black Beetle informs him that you guys are wrong, actually. So Ted asks, what do you want from us, dude? I mean, there's Superman, Wonder Woman, there's a few million Green Lanterns. Like, why you keep bothering us? Well, I loathe you guys. You wasted bags of flesh. You guys have wasted the greatest opportunity ever. You should have owned the world. You could have worked in the dark behind the scenes, pulling the strings of puppet businessmen and governments everywhere, but you didn't. And then Ted jumps on him. That isn't Booster's style, and you know that. Well, Ted, I know him better than you think. He lives for attention and prominence. He had everything he needed to put himself in the most prominent position of power ever. And by everything I mean, he had Skeets, a database of events between now and the 25th century. It's the ultimate weapon. I will take it apart, download everything it knows, and when I'm done, you'll see that idiot Carter should have been. And so Booster calls the Time Sphere. I'm taking us on a trip through the time stream, a place you can't escape. So the team starts attacking Black Beetle, not giving him the chance to teleport away, and then one big sonic blast knocks off the helmet. No freaking way. It never occurred to me that he's a version of Booster Gold, Mike Carter? A 25th century time traveler just like you, only I'm the man you should have been. And this is where he does another villain monologue. I don't waste my time helping people who will be dead hundreds of years before I was born. I intend to control a world, which is what you should have done. You let the likes of Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman inspire you. How could you be lacking imagination? And then we learn that this isn't a time traveling of our dimension, Mike Carter. Why did I say John Carter? But Buggles says the virus came from another universe. It's reasonable to assume that this version of Michael Carter did as well, a parallel universe, somewhat like our own, with differences. Black Beetle continues on, when I fled my future because the law was after me. I was inspired by the past exploits of people like Powering Ultraman Owlman. He's from Earth 3. Once I got to the past, though they wouldn't let me rise to the position of power I deserved, I didn't have the advantage of Skeets to empower me. On your world, though, with his historical data, there's nothing I can't accomplish once you're gone. And then Ted Korn finds a dinosaur and rides a Triceratops and smashes into Black Beetle. Whoa there, old buddy, you knocked him into a tar pit. What do we do now? Well, he's a version of you, and I can't stand here and watch him drown. Yet, same. Come on, man. Take my hand. There's got to be a way we can work this out. I'm not gonna accept help from you, especially now that you've given me time to plot my way out. I'll be back. So he teleports away, and then Booster's like, I don't know what's going on, dude. Like, this guy probably has some time guardians after him. Well, we can't do anything else. Let's go back home. And Ted says, I want to see these things. I've never seen these before. I want to see them. So they sit down and look at the beautiful sights. They drink some beer. Best day ever. And then they do eventually go back home. And Trixie informs them, yeah, that's it. Your bank accounts are overdrawn and the banks are clamping down hard. I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but you guys are broke. The people believe in your mission and contribute, but we can't sustain this expensive operation. We need money that we don't have. And Booster says, why does everything I touch go wrong? A great idea like ours should have been worldwide. So where is it? And Ted says, sometimes great ideas die because they're ahead of our time or people don't understand how to manage them. We gave it our best shot, Booster. But the time has come to turn off the lights and shut it down. And then a man appears and says, don't do it yet. The people need you. It's Batman. How long have you been here? It's one of his many specialties. But he interrupts him. Your mission is admirable. I like it a lot. It's unique, beyond my work in Gotham and the kind of others that people aren't doing. Here, a friend of mine offered to help. This will give you the means to continue. So this has to go back to what we saw in issue 1. Is that the whole team never wanted them in here. And they were like, and see, nobody wants to support you. And Batman kept silent because he does support them. He just can't say it in front of everybody else. But we see they got $20 million just deposited into their account on the courtesy of Bruce Wayne. Wayne runs with a wealthy cloud. So they thank Batman. He leaves it. You deserve it. Makes up for voting you out of the Justice League. Boom. Blue and Gold Restoration lives on. Let's go. We're big time, boys. Especially with a team like this. Nobody's going to do it alone. So they're together. It's not the end of Blue Beetle and Booster Gold. Anyways, so they don't really do this anymore. I'm sure there's been like 2 reboots or a reboot since they happened. Yeah, I mean, Booster Gold's doing DCKO. This guy was trapped in the Absolute Universe for like 3 years. 2 years, I believe they say. Getting tortured. So, yeah, Booster's had a bunch of other hard times to deal with. Yeah. So, thank you for listening, watching, enjoying. Booster Gold is my favorite superhero of all time. I love him. Yeah. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Peace out.